Hey, it's me again today on October the 4th, 2019. And confession, I have not known where to read in the Word. I've just been sort of kind of lost, and I finished the Old Testament, and my Bible is all marked up, and I just feel like I need another Bible so I can start over again. I've never really felt that way before. But I decided I wanted to, I went back and read a chapter. This has been what I've considered my chapter, my personal chapter, Isaiah 54. It was, the Lord gave this to me. It's a very personal story, but He highlighted this whole chapter to me once when I really needed everything that was in it. And so I thought I would just go back to it, and even though I know it was originally written to Israel, God gave it personally to me also. And there are many verses in here that that many of you would recognize, but as I read it again today, I read it in the light of what is going on right now with Israel. And, even though right now they are, most of them, the majority, are, as much as I hate to say it, they are in rebellion because they have rejected their Messiah. And they are being set up for a great disappointment and a very, very dark time. But it's all for their redemption. And in the Old Testament, in all the prophets, every one of them, whenever, they might be proclaiming judgment. They might, most of them are. Warnings, dire judgment, strong words from the Lord. They still, every one of them, always have a promise and always have something about God's faithfulness and His love toward Israel. So I just wanted to read this. I don't want to take a lot of time, but I wanted to point out some things here in the light of what we're seeing right now. First, it says, "Sing, O barren one who did not bear." And see, they haven't really borne their final fulfillment. God made them, set them as a light to the nations, and of course, Jesus was a Jew, so that is their ultimate fruit. But they themselves, the people of Israel, are to be a light to the nations, and they're barren right now. But it says, "Sing, O barren one who did not bear. Break forth into singing and cry aloud, you who have not been in labor. For the children of the desolate one will be more than the children of her who is married." And we know that one of these days, it's going to be desolate. There's something that's going to be, the Antichrist will cause there to be a desolation. "For the children of the desolate one will be more than the children of her who is married, says the Lord. Enlarge the place of your tent, and let the curtains of your habitations be stretched out. Do not hold back. Lengthen your cords and strengthen your stakes, for you will spread abroad to the right and to the left, and your offspring will possess the nations, and will people the desolate cities. Fear not, for you will not be ashamed. Be not confounded, for you will not be disgraced. For you will forget the shame of your youth, and the reproach of your widowhood you will remember no more. For your Maker is your husband. The Lord of hosts is His name, and the Holy One of Israel is your Redeemer. The God of the whole earth He is called. For the Lord has called you." He has called them. The callings of the Lord are irrevocable, it says in Romans 13, or Romans 11. It's talking about the people of Israel. "Like a wife deserted and grieved in spirit, like a wife of youth when she's cast off, says your God. For a brief moment I deserted you, but with great compassion I will gather you." And we're seeing part of that. "In overflowing anger for a moment I hid my face from you." Right now they are blinded. They can't see. But He says, "But with everlasting love I will have compassion on you, says the Lord your Redeemer." Now get this, it says, This is like the days of Noah to me. As I swore that the waters of Noah shall no more go over the earth, so I have sworn that I will not be angry with you and will not rebuke you. Jesus says, as it was in the days of Noah, and it is true, like the great sin and the Noahide laws and everything, but also another part of that is that God promised he would never destroy the earth with water. And he is making a promise to his people Israel that he will not be angry with them forever. There will come a time when he will restore all things. For the mountains may depart and the hills be removed, but my steadfast love shall not depart from you, and my covenant of peace shall not be removed. God has made a covenant of peace with them. Now they haven't received it yet, but he's made a peace covenant that will not be removed, says the Lord, who has compassion on you. O afflicted ones, storm-tossed and not comforted, behold, I will set your stones in antimony and lay your foundations with sapphires. I will make your pinnacles of agate, your gates of carbuncles, and all your wall of precious stones. And we know this is going to be fulfilled eventually with the New Jerusalem. All your children shall be taught by the Lord, and great shall be the peace of your children. In righteousness you shall be established. You shall be far from oppression, for you shall not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near you. If anyone stirs up strife, it is not from me. Whoever stirs up strife with you shall fall because of you. And we can say that, and we can look around to the countries that are trying to stir up strife with Israel. In spite of their sin, in spite of the fact they've rejected Messiah, God will fight for them. He will deal with them. He will reveal himself to them, and he will keep his promises to them. Behold, I have created the smith who blows the fire of coals and produces a weapon for its purpose. I have also created the ravager to destroy. No weapon that is fashioned against you shall succeed, and you shall refute every tongue that rises against you in judgment. There are many judging words against the Jews and against Israel, but God is the ultimate judge, and he has made his promises to them, and he will fulfill it. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their vindication is from me, declares the Lord. That's Isaiah 54. There's so much in Isaiah, of course. But when I was reading that, I've always read, I knew it was written to Israel too, and I've seen it in that way. But I've also had it as a personal message to me. But now, in light of what we're seeing now, this chapter just screamed out again. So I just want to share that with you. Yeah. Look up Isaiah 54. Anyway, that's all for today. For now, at least. Bye.